Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last lecture, we discussed quadrilaterals and its types, in which we saw that how parallelogram can be considered as a parent, and it has three child, namely that's rectangle, square, and rhombus. Then we have trapezium and kites. Okay. Before this, let's discuss example number 6. In figure 3.31, HELP is a parallelogram. Lengths are in centimeters. Given that OE is equal to 4. So in front of you, this is a parallelogram given HELP, HELP. So the sequence is correct. Second thing, they are telling you OE is equal to 4. This OE, this much, is how much? 4 centimeter. Then they are telling you that HL is 5 more than PE. What is PE? PE is this complete one from this to this point, and they are telling this HL, this diagonal HL is how much more? 5 more than this diagonal PE. So in the starting, we only know one thing. We know only one thing, that is OE is equal to 4 centimeter. Now we have to use the properties of parallelogram that we have learned. What is the property of diagonal that we have learned? In a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. And what does that mean? That this diagonal PE bisects HL in two equal parts. So this part is equal to this part. You can say HO is equal to OL and PO is equal to OE. This was the property of parallelogram. This property will help us to find the values. So let's start. As we know, OE is equal to OP. OE is equal to OP. Why? Same reason, because diagonals bisect each other. Similarly, OH is equal to OL. This one, we can say that OE is how much? 4 centimeter. So as OE is 4, therefore OP is also 4 centimeter, because this is 4, this is 4. Now we have got this also as 4 centimeter. What about PE now? PE is equal to sum of these two. So we can say PE is equal to 8 centimeter. That is why I have written here PE as 8 centimeter. Now question is telling us that HL is how much? PE plus 5 centimeter. That means HL is equal to PE. How much is PE? 8 plus 5, that is 13 centimeter, like this. Now after getting this HL, what the question is asking from us is value of OH, this much. Can't you find OH when you know HL? Very easy. HL is complete diagonal, OH is half of it. Yes, so just half the HL and you get the value of OH. 13 upon 2 is 6.5 centimeter. Okay, if you are not able to understand this, just see it one more time. It is very easy, you can understand. Now in question number 2 in the exercise, simple question like this is given to you, in which ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. You have to find this value X, Y and Z. I hope you have found this on your own. But if you are not able to do, it is very easy. Let's start. First thing is, we have to find those values which are very easy for us. Like, what can we say about this 50 and X? These angles are known as adjacent angles, and we have studied in a parallelogram adjacent angles are supplementary. So we can say angle A plus D is 180. Reason we know. So A is how much? X. D is how much? 50, equal to 180. When you solve it, you get X equal to 130. After that, you have got X. What you know? That opposite angles are equal. Again a property of parallelogram. So we can say y equal to x. That means y is equal to 130 degree. Got it? Now you have got the value of y. There are two ways to find the value of z. First way is these two. You can see these lines are parallel. This AD and this BC is parallel, and this is the transversal. So we can say angle x and angle Z are corresponding angles. That means they are equal. This is the first way to find the value of Z. Second way, very easy. I told you in last class also, you have to see Z. So if you make a Z in which this line and this line is parallel, then these two angles are equal. Why? Because of alternate interior angle. By that you can say Y and Z are equal. So there are both ways possible. These questions can be done in any way. Okay. So this gives us Z equal to 130 degree. Okay. You can go for any method, whichever you like. Now, question number 2, third part. In this, we have this parallelogram ABCD. Again, X, Y, and Z is asked from us. Now, again, concentrate. What you can do easily. In this figure, OBC, if you see 30 you know, X you don't know, Y you don't know. But this X and this angle 1, which I've assumed, is given to you as 90 degree. What you can say, X and 1 are equal. Why they are equal? Try to think. Yes, we have studied when two lines intersect like this, then this and this angle are known as vertically opposite angles and they are equal. Similarly, these two are also equal. Okay. In that way, X became 90 degree. Now we know X, we know 30. Can't we find Y angle? Very easy. For that, let's find like this. In triangle BOC, X plus Y plus 30 is equal to 180. So putting the value of X as 90, Y is unknown, 30 we know. Isolate the Y, find the value, it will be 60 degree. So this way we have found the value of X and Y. Now we can use the concept of Z again. What is the concept? Very simple. Whenever we have two parallel lines like this, suppose there are two parallel lines L and M and there is a transversal. So these two angles which are formed in a shape of Z, they are known as alternate interior angle. If you see this CB and DA, they both are parallel and this CA is the transversal. So our Z is forming in this way. You can see. So this angle and this angle are equal. In that case, this is Y, this is Z. So they both are equal. So Y equal to 60, therefore Z equal to 60 degree. The reason is alternate interior angle. Okay. Now, fifth part, again a very simple part. ABCD is a parallelogram in which you have to find the value of X, Y and Z. Again think what you can find most easily. You can say that angle B and angle D are the most easiest to find by the property of parallelogram. Why? Because we know that opposite angles are equal. That means Y equal to how much? 112. So first thing we have got, after getting Y, what you can say that in triangle ADC by angle sum property 40 plus Y plus X is how much? 180. Very simple. So add these three, you will get value of X. After that, finding value of X, you can see a Z is forming in which X is coming above and Z is coming here. So you have got the value of X from the last equation. You can say Z equal to X. If anything not clear, you can see the solutions, but I like to tell you that you should try it on your own. Okay, always write the complete reason whenever you solve by any method. Okay, question number 3 is can a quadrilateral ABCD be parallelogram if? So they've given you a quadrilateral ABCD and some conditions and asking whether these conditions are enough to tell this ABCD a parallelogram or not. Let's see. The first condition given to us is angle D plus B equal to 180 degree. Angle D is this one. Angle B is this one. So their sum is 180 degree. Actually, we have studied that they both are equal. They can be 180 degree if they both are 90-90. So it can be a condition of parallelogram, but it is not sufficient to tell it is a parallelogram. So we can say it can be or it cannot be. Both things are possible in this case because this information is not sufficient for us to say it exactly. Okay. Second part is saying AB equal to DC equal to 8 centimeter. So AB is 8, DC is 8. This we have studied. Opposite sides are equal. Very good. It is okay. Second, it's saying AD is 4, BC is 4.4. This is 4 and this is 4.4. Are these two equal? No. And we have studied that such case is not possible in parallelogram. So this is not a parallelogram. Let's see the third case. Angle A equal to 70 degree. This is 70 degree and angle C is 65. This one. So is it possible in a case of parallelogram? No, not at all. These two have to be equal, and as they are not equal, we can say it is not a parallelogram. So only in the first case there is a possibility, but in the second and third case, no possibility at all. Question is question 5. The measures of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in ratio 3:2. We have studied such questions in chapter number 2 also. Whenever a ratio is given, what we can do is we can assume the angles or that variable as 3x and 2x. So angle A and B suppose are given to us and the ratio is 3:2. So I've assumed angle A as 3x, angle B as 2x. Now it is saying find the measure of each of the angles. Very easy. First we will try to find the value of x. How? For that we will take help of property only. We have studied in a parallelogram that adjacent angles are, yes, supplementary. So we can say 3x plus 2x equal to how much? 180. And with that help we can say x equal to 180 upon 5, that is 36 degree. Okay, so we have got x 36 degree. Can't we find A now? Very easy. Angle A is 3 into 36, that is 108, and B equal to 2 into 36, that is 72 degree. After getting these two angles, we can say A and C are equal, B and D are equal, and hence we have got angle B and all the angles of this parallelogram. Okay, try to solve on your own. I just want you to give you a hint. Okay, now see this question. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. In the last case they were of the ratio 3:2. If you remember, in the last case the two adjacent angles were in the ratio 3:2. We assumed them as 3x and 2x. Now in this question it is saying two adjacent angles of parallelogram have equal measure, but we can say they are equal. If one is x, other is also x. The question is same, only the little bit is change over there. They are saying the angles are equal, so assume them as x and x. But you can say again they are supplementary. Use that to find the angles, and then you can say what are the opposite angles. Very simple. Try on your own. Question number 9. This question is little bit interesting, but not that tough if little bit attention is given. Question is, in above figure, both R I S K, try to understand, and C L U E. So there are two different parallelograms which are intersecting each other. Find the value of x. So these two are parallelograms. You have to find this value. Now think, what is the most convenient way you can find this value? There are many ways to solve the question, but I will take the easiest one. Obviously you can go with any method which have came to your mind on your own. Okay, let's see how. First of all, I have visualized this parallelogram separately like this. This R, I, S and K. You can see in this, what do you understand? You can find this angle 1 very easily, aren't you? You can find very easily. Why? Because these two are supplementary. Similarly, if you see this parallelogram, this one, what is its name? It is CLUE. So if you know this angle is 70 degree, can't you find this angle? Very easy. It is just opposite to this. So it is 70 degree only. So if you got this angle, if you have got this angle, can't you find this angle? Was it tough? No. You can try on your own. Okay, so what we have done is we have utilized the properties of parallelogram to find the two angles of this triangle. This triangle, you can say EOS. After getting the two angles, just apply ASP of triangle and you will get the value of x very easily. Let's see how. This is the solution. Same thing I have done over here. In parallelogram RISK, you can write in parallelogram RISK, angle K plus 1, this angle plus this angle. These two angles, sum is how much? 180, because they are adjacent angles of parallelogram and they are supplementary. By this we have got angle 1 equal to 180 minus angle K, and angle K is how much? 120. So this is 60 degree. After this, we can say in similar way, angle L, this angle is equal to angle 2. Why? Because they are opposite angles. So we can say angle L is equal to angle 2. That means angle 2 is also 70 degree. Now in triangle EOS, you have got this angle as 70 degree. You have got this angle as 60 degree. Can't you find this x easily? Very simple. Just by ASP, I've got the value as 50 degree. Okay. Thank you. Keep practicing and learning. Have a good day.